Hi guys, welcome back to class with Teenah Wilfred. In this video, I would want to quickly walk you through my trade. This is literally my first trade for the week on GBPJPY. It's not like the trade was analyzed this week. Let's say this trade was a carryover trade because I've had this set up well over since September, and it only got triggered last week Friday. So I held the trade through the weekend, and first thing Sunday morning it got to target. Just checked my I checked my MetaTrader and I found out that it already hit target. So you can see the very massive weekend gap that flew me, or should I say that sped me to target. That's like the most interesting part of this trade. Yeah, so that's why I also thought of, you know, sharing with you guys as usual how I was able to get this particular setup. All right, so stick with me. Let's get into it. All right, I already gave an analysis of my previous trade, which was within this area. If you can see my cursor, so that trade, the same strategy I've always used for the overtime. All right, it was more about sweep. You can clearly see a sweep of liquidity, a structure shift to the opposite side, right, and then POI. Because this was the first order block I worked with. I don't know, please, you can just follow the cursor so that you'll be seeing the places I am on the chart. All right, so yeah, this was the first order block that I worked with, and this was my profit target for that particular trade. Okay, so price reacted from there and then took us to target. Okay, took us to target, thereby giving us another structure shift. All right, and when it did, looking at the daily time frame, or should I say, yeah, looking at the daily time frame, it's not like I was not seeing anything that price was. I was not seeing any reason price should keep going higher. We needed a little bit of correction, okay, and then when I was looking below that very zone, this very zone here, I was seeing that we still have a little bit of gap to be filled, and you can only notice this gap to be filled on the 4 hour time frame here. So this was like where I got the proper setup. So I saw this as a second gap that price needed to fill. Why? Because price already engineered a lot of liquidity around this zone. So I was expecting price to sweep that liquidity and tap into the next order block that is unmitigated. The price did exactly that. This is literally the most beautiful trade I've had in fact, for the very first time. I've always had a precise entry on all my trades here, but this happens to be the most beautiful. I mean, can you see the precision here? Just look at it. Let me shift my cursor. I hope you can see where my entry was. It was a very clean entry. There was no waste of pip. Yeah, some people will always be like, "Oh, what's the big deal about this sniper entry stuff?" I mean, there's this confidence it gives you, knowing that, oh, um this is where, like, you actually analyzed something and price reacted exactly from that point. It was so beautiful. So I decided to hold. I don't even know what gave me the courage. JPY pairs always give this, huge wicked gaps, like weekend gaps actually. So I don't know what gave me the confidence to hold this trade over the weekend. Maybe because I already accepted my risk for this particular trade, and I came and saw that it already hit to take profit. So what I'm trying to say is that this particular trade, the strategy is just the same with every other trade I've taken. Okay, so it was more about a sweep of liquidity, structure shift to the opposite side, okay, and then the POI. All right, so price went from taking out the internal range liquidity taking out the external range liquidity. I actually stopped my target here for some reasons because I was also having that little skepticism that price is already on a premium zone. So every trade I was taking, I was being very careful. Okay. But I knew that price would always go from taking out the internal range liquidity to taking out the external range liquidity. This should have been my actual take profit level, but I decided to stop it here. Why? Let me go to the weekly time frame to show you the reason it's like that. Saw that price was already approaching this zone. All right. I saw price was already coming to that. I saw price was already approaching this. Now there is a bearish order block here. Okay. There's a bearish order block that's supposed to move price. Let me extend it a little bit so you can see what I'm trying to do it here. This is a proper order block that price will react from. Okay. So if you go to the lower time frame, that is where the precision of this entry is coming from, like the reaction. Okay, so every buy trade I was taking, I was literally very, very careful about it. I was so careful about it. Right. So of course you can see price already reacted from that zone and it's already rejecting. So that means we are kind of bearish currently. Kind of bearish currently. Okay. So yeah, that was the reason why I stopped my target there because of that resistance. Let me not call it a premium level. That's a major resistance level. It's a major key level. So I've always been trying to respect it because I wouldn't know what price would do next. I decided to stop my takeaway. These things you try as much as possible not to be too greedy, and of course this particular trade brought me back to break even on my prop accounts. All right. So it was so beautiful. I hope you can see the structure very well from here. You see how still the same strategy. Okay, swaps liquidity tapped into this POI and then it moved straight to target. So that was a very swift trade. I can't afford not to talk about this particular trade on this channel. Yeah, so we actually have I don't know. I have this setup together with this. I have this gold setup together with this GBPJPY setup. The GBPJPY happens to have played out first. On the daily time frame, I have this, but this particular setup you're seeing here, I really had it even before. Okay, no, almost together with the JPY setup, and yet to play out because gold will always continue buying and buying and buying. You know, sadly tries to correct properly. You know, so, but of course, I'm still waiting at this zone. I'm still waiting here to see what price will do when it gets there. And I also have a second POI here just in case price decides to keep selling. Let me go to the 4 hour time frame to show you something. But working with my trend line, I'm also expecting that if price does not come back to this zone, this is the first setup I've had over time, then it will have to react from this zone. That's like a bounce on the trend line. But if price decides to break this particular trend line, then I'm expecting it to tap into this POI I've had over time. I got this POI from the daily time frame, so I am using the daily order block. Okay, so you'll probably be wondering whether the order block is clear here. You will not see it because the bias is coming from the daily time frame. So I think that is it for this particular video. I intended for it to be a very short video because the major aim was just to show you how I was able to get that particular trade. Okay, of which you know that the strategy has been constant. Okay, so yeah, so that's it for this particular video. I hope you got a little bit of value. If you did not get any value from it, then you have to rejoice with me. Okay. Yeah, because it's such a very sweet one. In a very long time, I've had difficulty executing my trades. It's either one thing or the other will happen and I will not execute immediately. Maybe I did not set a pending order and I'll end up entering late. The buyers will be right, it will get to target, but I will still take a lot on that particular trade. So you can imagine why I am so excited about this trade because I kept going on drawdowns on my prop accounts, for trades that my bias was right, my setup was top notch, I still found myself losing. So this trading gets to a point where sometimes it's not like you don't know what you're doing anymore, but see yourself, you keep going back and forth. All right. So, of course, that was like one of my major challenge, and it really brought me to this unnecessary drawdown on my prop account. And of course, this one trade on GBPJPY took me back again to break even. I'm hoping for better trades. This week is almost over because this is Thursday already. Oh, this is already Friday because currently this is 12 a.m. 12:24 a.m. Okay. So yeah, I don't know how it's going to be, but hopefully everything will be. Hopefully next week will bring better trades. This week I did not. Let's say I did not take any trade apart from the GBP JPY trade that hit take profit, and that particular trade was not even analyzed this week. Let's hope for something better, so as not to waste your time any further. Please, if you got value from this, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to engage in this. Don't forget to show me your trades as well, because a lot of JPY pairs did the same thing, the weekend gap and all of that. So I want you to subscribe to the channel. Okay, thank you so much. Bye, and we will see you on the next one. Okay, bye again.